The massive ships appeared in Earth's sky without warning. They hung like dark clouds over major cities across the planet. People looked up in fear as the shadows fell over their homes. Commander Ki-hun stood on the bridge of his flagship, looking down at the blue planet with cold eyes. His uniform was crisp and perfect, showing his high rank in the Galactic Coalition. For years, the Coalition had sent messages to Earth. They had listened to Earth's radio and TV signals, but Earth never answered their calls. "This planet is primitive," Ki-hun said to Officer Mina, who stood beside him. "Their silence proves they cannot speak to the stars. Taking their world will be simple." Mina nodded, her face serious as she studied the screens showing Earth's continents. "Our scans show no space defenses, no orbital weapons, no fleet. They are helpless." "Begin the standard invasion plan," Ki-hun ordered. "Send scouts to their major cities. We will show our power, and they will surrender quickly." On Earth, in a small lab hidden deep under Seoul, Dr. Hana Lee watched the alien ships on her special screens. Unlike most humans who were panicking in the streets, her face showed no fear. Instead, there was a small, knowing smile on her lips. She pressed a button on her desk. "They have arrived exactly when we predicted," she said into a secure line. "Operation Silent Shield is ready." Miles away, beneath the waters of the Pacific Ocean, Colonel June Kim received her message in a massive hidden base unknown to the aliens above. The base was filled with technology far more advanced than anything the aliens had seen in their scans of Earth. "Good," June replied. "Keep radio silence. Let them think we are weak." He turned to the large room filled with military personnel working at sleek computers. None of them looked afraid. They had trained for this day for years. "Is the network ready?" he asked a young technician. "Yes, sir." "Our quantum communications are undetectable. The aliens have no idea we're talking to each other." June nodded. "And our defense systems?" "Hidden and ready, sir. They won't find them until we want them to." Above them, alien scout ships entered Earth's atmosphere. They looked like silver birds as they flew over cities. People ran for shelter. Some armies tried to fight with simple weapons, but their bullets did nothing against the alien ships. In his command ship, Ki-hun watched with satisfaction. "See how easily they fall," he told Mina. "Their bullets bounce off our shields like rain. Their jets are slow and weak." "Sir?" Mina said, looking confused. "Don't you find it strange? Our intelligence said Earth had nuclear weapons. Why aren't they using them?" Ki-hun waved his hand dismissively. "They are frightened, paralyzed by fear. By the time they think to use their best weapons, we will have taken control of them." He turned to his communications officer. "Send the message to all Earth governments. Tell them to surrender now or face destruction." In the underwater base, Colonel June received the alien message and smiled. "Perfect. They think we're scared. Let's let them believe that a little longer." He sent orders through the secure network. "All nations will appear to surrender. Follow the plan exactly." Dr. Hana watched from her lab as Earth's leaders made public announcements of surrender. On the surface, it looked like humanity was giving up without a real fight. But under the surface, things were very different. In her lab, Hana activated a special program. Tiny machines, smaller than a human cell, began their work. These nanites had been secretly placed on every piece of Earth technology that the aliens might scan or touch. "Phase 1 complete," she reported to Colonel June. "The nanites are active. They're collecting data on all alien systems." "Excellent," June replied. "Keep monitoring. Let them land their troops. Let them think they've won." On the alien command ship, Ki-hun was pleased. "Prepare landing parties. Begin the occupation. This will be the easiest conquest in Coalition history." Mina still looked uncertain. "Sir, isn't this too easy?" "Something doesn't feel right." Ki-hun laughed. "You worry too much, Mina. These humans are backward and weak. Their silence all these years proves it. They couldn't answer our calls because they don't have the technology. Now they can't even fight back." As the first alien troops landed on Earth's surface, humans seemed to accept their new rulers without resistance. But deep underground and underwater, in hidden bases across the planet, Humanity's real response was just beginning. Earth's silence had never been about weakness. It had been the silence of a predator, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. 3 days had passed since the alien ships first appeared in Earth's skies. Commander Ki-hun walked confidently through the streets of what had once been New York City. His soldiers stood at every corner, their weapons ready, but they had not needed to fire a single shot. "Humans are even weaker than our report suggested," Ki-hun said to Officer Mina as they inspected a tall building the Coalition had claimed as their base. "Look how quickly they gave up." Mina frowned slightly. "It still doesn't make sense, sir. Our history shows that humans have fought fiercely over small pieces of their own land. Why would they surrender their entire planet without a fight?" Ki-hun laughed. "Because they are smart enough to know when they are beaten." All around them, humans went about their daily lives, heads down, eyes avoiding the alien soldiers. They seemed defeated, broken. When Coalition troops entered their homes or businesses, they stepped aside without protest. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, Colonel June watched the alien occupation through thousands of hidden cameras. His underground command center buzzed with activity as soldiers and scientists monitored screens showing Coalition movements across the globe. "The nanites are working perfectly," Dr. Hana reported, her eyes on a screen showing tiny machines moving through alien technology. "They've infiltrated 82% of Coalition systems. We now have access to their communications, weapons controls, and life support." "And they suspect nothing?" June asked. "Nothing," Hana confirmed. "The nanites are smaller than anything their scanners can detect. They think their systems are running normally." In a Coalition ship hovering above Beijing, a technician reported a small problem to Officer Mina. "Our communications with the Southern Fleet are experiencing delays," he said. "Probably just interference from Earth's atmosphere," Mina ordered a diagnostic, but the system reported everything was normal. She couldn't know that Dr. Hana's nanites had altered the diagnostic program itself. By the 5th day, more problems appeared. Coalition soldiers found their weapons needed constant recalibration. Navigation systems occasionally showed incorrect locations. Nothing major, just small inconveniences that everyone blamed on Earth's unusual magnetic field or atmosphere. Commander Ki-hun called a meeting of his officers. "Report on the human population," he ordered. "Fully under control," an officer replied. "They go to work, they go home. No resistance." "What about their military?" Ki-hun asked. "Disbanded as ordered. Their weapons have been collected and destroyed." Ki-hun nodded, pleased. "Begin Phase 2. Start transferring Earth resources to our ships." In her hidden lab, Dr. Hana intercepted this order immediately. She contacted Colonel June. "They're moving to Phase 2. Our window is closing." "How many nanites are in place?" June asked. "Over 95% coverage. We're ready." "Good. Prepare for silent thunder." Across Earth, in deep underground bases, hidden mountain facilities and secret underwater stations, soldiers and scientists prepared for humanity's true response. Technology far more advanced than anything the aliens had seen was powered up and made ready. On the 7th day of occupation, Commander Ki-hun woke to an urgent call from Officer Mina. "Sir, we have multiple system failures across the fleet." Ki-hun rushed to the command center. "What's happening?" "Everything, sir. Communications, weapons, door controls, life support, all malfunctioning at once." Ki-hun stared at the screens in disbelief. "How is this possible? Where is this attack coming from?" Mina shook her head. "We can't detect any source. It's as if our own systems are turning against us." At that moment, in every Coalition ship and base around the world, screens suddenly came to life with the same message. "You mistook our silence for weakness. That was your mistake." Colonel June gave the final order: "Initiate silent thunder." Across Earth, the ground began to open. Hidden doors in mountains slid away. Ocean waters parted as platforms rose from the depths. From these secret bases emerged vehicles and weapons, unlike anything the Coalition had ever seen. In New York, Humans who had seemed so docile suddenly changed. They stood tall and pulled small devices from their pockets. Coalition weapons stopped working entirely. Commander Ki-hoon watched in horror. From his window as Earth revealed its true face, the silent, defeated planet had been a perfect deception, and now the real battle was about to begin. Commander Ki-hoon stared in shock as his flagship's systems shut down one by one. The lights flickered and emergency backups came on with a dull, red glow. Around him, his officers frantically tapped at control panels that no longer responded. "What is happening?" he shouted at Officer Mina. "Get our weapons back online." "I can't, sir," she replied, her voice tense. "Nothing is responding. It's like something has taken control of our entire network." Outside the viewports, Ki-hoon watched, in disbelief as the seemingly submissive Earth transformed. Across the planet, hidden structures were revealing themselves. In the oceans, massive platforms rose from the depths. In deserts and mountains, the ground split open as hidden bases emerged. And in the cities, the humans who had appeared so meek suddenly stood tall and confident. Colonel June walked calmly through the streets of Seoul, now free of alien soldiers. The coalition troops that had patrolled there just hours ago were frozen in place, their powered armor locked by the nanites that had infiltrated their systems. "Begin Phase 3, June spoke into a small device on his wrist. "Secure all alien personnel." All across Earth, the same scene played out. Human soldiers emerged from hiding, wearing simple clothes that gave no hint of the advanced technology they carried. They moved with purpose, surrounding the helpless alien forces. Dr. Hana monitored the situation from her lab. "Nanite control is at 100%, she reported to Colonel June. "All coalition weapons and communications are disabled." "What about their ships in orbit?" June asked. "Also contained," Hana replied with a small smile. "They can't move or fire weapons. Their life support is the only system we've left functioning." In his crippled flagship, Commander Ki-hoon felt fear for the first time. Through the viewport, he could see strange objects rising from Earth's surface. They weren't missiles or fighters. They were unlike any weapons he had ever seen. "Sir," Mina said quietly, "we're being hailed by the humans." The main screen flickered to life, showing Colonel June's calm face. "Greetings, Commander Ki-hoon," June said. "I believe we should talk." "What is the meaning of this?" Ki-hoon demanded, trying to hide his fear with anger. "How have you disabled our systems?" "The same way we've been monitoring your coalition for decades," June explained. "While you thought we couldn't hear your signals, we were listening to everything, learning your technology, preparing our response." "Impossible," Ki-hoon said. "We detected no advanced technology on your planet." "That was by design," June replied. "Earth learned long ago that in a dangerous galaxy, appearing harmless is the best defense. Your coalition judges worlds by their voice in space. Silent planets are considered primitive and ripe for conquest. So we chose silence," June continued. "We developed our technology in secret, hidden from your sensors. The nanites that now control your systems have been in place since your ships first arrived. On screens across Earth and in every coalition ship, the same message played. Humans revealed the truth. Earth had detected alien communications centuries ago. Rather than announce themselves, they had chosen to listen and learn. They had built their defenses in secret, waiting for the day they would be discovered. In cities around the world, hidden technology now became visible. What had seemed like ordinary buildings transformed, revealing advanced equipment. Ordinary. People pulled small devices from their pockets that generated fields capable of neutralizing coalition weapons. The greatest surprise came from Earth's oceans. Massive structures rose from the depths. Not military bases, but clean energy generators, food production facilities, and living spaces that had been hidden from alien scans. "You see, Commander," June explained, "we were never primitive. We simply chose not to broadcast our advancements to the stars. We knew what happens to worlds that appear valuable." In his flagship, Ki-hoon watched as small Earth vessels surrounded his fleet. They moved with impossible speed and precision, easily evading the few defensive measures his crew managed to activate. "What do you want?" Ki-hoon finally asked, knowing he was defeated. "First," June replied, "the complete withdrawal of all coalition forces from our solar system. Then we will discuss new terms for our relationship with the galaxy." As Earth's true power was revealed, the silent planet found its voice at last, not in surrender but in victory. The sleek Earth vessels moved through space with incredible speed. They were not large like coalition ships, but small and nimble. They darted around, the alien fleet like fish around a whale. Commander Ki-hoon watched helplessly from his flagship's bridge, now lit only by emergency lights. "How many of our ships can still fight?" he asked Officer Mina. "None, sir," she replied, her voice low. "The humans have disabled all weapon systems. Our engines are locked. We can't even send distress signals to Coalition headquarters." Ki-hoon slammed his fist on a control panel. "Impossible. They were silent. Primitive. How could they have this level of technology?" On Earth, Colonel June stood, in the global command center that had remained hidden beneath the Atlantic Ocean for over a century. Around him, officers coordinated Earth's response. On massive screens, he watched Earth's defense fleet surround the alien ships. "All coalition vessels contained," reported a young officer. "No casualties on either side." "Good," June nodded. "Begin boarding operations." Dr. Hana joined him, carrying a tablet showing the status of the nanite network. "The nanites have complete control of their life support systems," she said. "If any coalition member attempts to fight back, we can safely neutralize them without harm." Earth Special Forces teams wearing suits that could operate in space launched from the small defense vessels. They entered the coalition ships through airlocks that the nanites had opened for them. Inside, they found confused and frightened alien soldiers. On Ki-hoon's flagship, the first human team arrived on the bridge. They wore simple blue uniforms with no visible weapons. Their leader, Captain Suho, approached Ki-hoon calmly. "Commander Ki-hoon," Suho said, "your ship is now under Earth control. Your crew will not be harmed if they cooperate." "How dare you?" Ki-hoon snarled. "The Coalition controls 1,000 worlds. When our fleet doesn't report back, they will send an armada that will burn your planet to ash." Suho smiled slightly. "They won't know anything is wrong. The nanites in your systems are sending regular reports to your headquarters, all saying that Earth's conquest is proceeding as planned." Across the Coalition fleet, the same scene played out. Earth's forces took control of ship after ship without firing a single shot. The advanced technology that Earth had kept hidden for so long proved far superior to the Coalition's weapons. In orbit above Earth, human engineers began studying the alien vessels. They were careful not to damage anything, treating the ships like valuable artifacts to be preserved and learned from. "These ships are actually quite primitive compared to what we've developed," Dr. Hana told Colonel June as they inspected Ki-hoon's captured flagship. "They rely on technologies we abandoned decades ago." "That's because they never needed to innovate," June replied. "When you can take resources from weaker worlds, you don't need to develop better solutions." On the third day after Earth's counterattack, Ki-hoon was brought to a meeting room on his own ship. There, Colonel June waited with several Earth leaders. "Why did you keep your technology secret?" Ki-hoon asked, still struggling to understand. "You could have joined the Coalition as equals." "We've observed how the Coalition treats its equals," June replied. "Any world that reveals advanced technology becomes a target, not for conquest but for theft and sabotage. Your leaders don't want partners, they want subjects and resources." Earth's leaders showed Ki-hoon recordings of Coalition, ships attacking other advanced worlds that had announced themselves. Worlds that had been open about their technology, had their secrets stolen, or were attacked before they could become threats. "We chose a different path," June explained. "Silence and patience. We let you believe we were primitive while building our strength. And now, we're ready to show the galaxy a better way." As they spoke, Earth's fleet extended beyond the moon's orbit. Hidden bases on Mars and Europa revealed themselves. Earth's reach was far greater than Ki-hoon had imagined. What happens now? Ki-hoon asked, finally understanding the true scale of his defeat. Now, June said, Earth will speak, and the galaxy will listen. Commander Ki-hoon stood in a large circular room deep beneath Earth's surface. The walls were made of a strange material that seemed to shift and change color. Around him stood Earth's leaders, men and women from different countries who now spoke with one voice. Colonel June entered the room, followed by Dr. Hana. They brought with them a war device that projected images into the center of the room. Today, Commander, June said, you will learn the full truth. The images showed Earth as it had been centuries ago. Nations fighting each other, pollution filling the air, resources running out. Then came a change. The discovery of signals from space had united humanity in a way nothing else could. 100 years ago, we detected your coalition's communications, Hana explained. We learned how you judge other worlds by their technology and their voice in space. The images changed to show coalition ships attacking worlds that had revealed advanced technology too soon. We watched how you treated planets that announced themselves, June continued. If they seemed too advanced, you attacked them before they could become threats. If they seemed primitive, you took their resources. So Earth made a choice, Hana said. We would remain silent. We would appear primitive while developing our technology in secret. The images now showed Earth's hidden progress. Ships that could travel faster than light, energy sources that drew power from other dimensions, medical advances that had extended human life by decades. But we weren't alone in our strategy. June revealed that new images appeared, other worlds that looked primitive on the surface but had hidden their true development. Planets that the Coalition had dismissed as not worth conquering. We call ourselves the Silent Alliance, Hana explained. Worlds that learned the same lesson Earth did. In a dangerous galaxy, appearing weak is often the best defense. Ki-hoon could hardly believe what he was seeing. How many worlds are in this alliance? 37 at last count, June replied. All watching, all learning, all preparing. The final images showed these silent worlds communicating with each other, using technologies the Coalition had never detected, methods that left no trace in space. Today, Commander, June said, the silent ones will find their voice. Ki-hoon was taken to the surface where he could see the night sky. Earth's leaders activated a signal that spread across the galaxy. One by one, lights appeared in the sky, as the other silent worlds revealed themselves. What will happen to me? Ki-hoon asked. To my crew? You will be returned to the Coalition, Hana told him, along with a message. The next day, Ki-hoon stood on the bridge of his flagship once more. His crew had been returned, unharmed. Colonel June handed him a small device. This contains our terms, June explained. The Coalition will recognize Earth and all Silent Alliance worlds as sovereign and independent. There will be no more conquest of primitive worlds. Resources will be traded fairly, not taken. And if the Coalition refuses, Ki-hoon asked, then they will learn what happens when the silent ones speak together, June replied calmly. As Ki-hoon's ship prepared to leave Earth's orbit, he looked at the planet below. What had seemed like a simple blue world now appeared entirely different to him. Its silence had never been about weakness or fear. Earth's silence had been its strength all along. 3 weeks later, a massive fleet of ships approached Earth. Not Coalition vessels, but ships from other silent worlds now revealing themselves openly. They came not for war, but for a historic meeting, the first gathering of the Silent Alliance in the open. As representatives from 37 worlds met on Earth's surface, humanity took its place among the stars. Not as conquerors or victims, but as leaders who had found wisdom in silence. And through the galaxy a new message spread. Never mistake silence for defeat.